Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are back now with a fixed webcam. My name is Benjamin Breaker Novotny, and now we are diving into the next round, which is going to be between Mongolz and Ninjas in Pyjamas. I'm going to be doing my best to follow the underdog team because of course I know many people want to see their performance at this tournament. Knife win. Knife round goes to Mongolz, and my curiosity is perked at whether they're going to be staying on CT side or switching. Looks like ready up has been called, but no switch has come in just yet. But going into this map, really the only advantage that Mongolz are coming in at the moment would be essentially the fact that they haven't had to leave the stage. They haven't had to relocate themselves to different computers for practice or anything else like that, and now they're getting started on CT side on the pistol round. Mirage is the name of the game, and we are going to be seeing a very critical pistol round coming out for them. Ninjas in Pyjamas, definitely one of the teams that I have less experience with, but Mongolz are definitely looking for every single win that they can. I think that they are going to be very humble in this tournament system, and their goal is not so much to come out on first, in first prize. You're talking about, yeah, they're in the same tournament as Fnatic. There's no getting around that, but at the same time, we have to confront the fact that Fnatic is a world-class team, and Mongolz, this is their first time traveling to Europe for any tournament. They were denied visas going to MLG Columbus, so they kind of missed that experience, that whole experience. But that's going to be Togo making the opening frag, Machine Gun hitting one to his name, however. And this pistol round is looking very much so Mongolz sighted. It's now all on Exist, and he's taken down immediately. Machine Gun getting a double kill at the end of that round. First point on the board for Mongolz, and it looks like, this is kind of a very strong swing in their direction. It looks like they've taken the first round of a tournament, and they managed to get their cool pulled together. So, I mean, like, this is kind of one of the things that I've been through myself personally as a pro gamer, playing in round-robin system tournaments. Definitely, I would say, like, your nerves kind of get to you. Your heart's pounding. You want to play. But you also want to win, and you just think to yourself, oh my god, I lost, it's bad. But that's looking at it with very, very short-sighted lenses, if you will. Now, checking things out here on the second round, Freiburg did actually manage to, I think, get a refrag on a Zokenberg, and with that, he's going to be salvaging the MP7 that our CT-sided Mongol did have. And that is going to be... He can hear something underground. That's information for them to use, really. He doesn't know for a fact that Pyth is there, but he can most likely hear that. He can point it out really with the location that he was at, and it looks like there's. I'm trying to look at the minimap right now and make sense of this, but there's a log rotation coming out, and let's check out Exist. He managed somehow to get into CT spawn. I think what had happened was he was boosted from mid. That's the only logical explanation I can think of outside of. Oh, he's found NCL. Staying calm. Goes for the headshot once he's close enough, and that is going to be the entry into bomb site. Hey, Machine Gun trying to get that refrag. The P90 was dropped for who, but Togo does get the refrag. It's going to be Exist getting a refrag onto Togu, and now it's 2 versus 3. Very critical position for Mongolz right now, and this isn't really the first time in this tournament system that this has happened, but the round isn't over yet. The round is not yet won. Switching to his weapon, Machine Gun does nail Exist, and that's now going to be him going into the bomb site itself, not able to get the win, unfortunately, versus Ninjas in Pyjamas. Does make that anti-eco round fairly strong for, how do I say this, the post-pistol round just goes quite strongly to Ninjas in Pyjamas. But, on the other merit, those are some strong weapons that they're facing off against. Lack of utilities from both sides. Of course, the Ninjas in Pyjamas would be stronger utilities that they have purchased, and it's looking like a B stack for the time being. You can just see it through the X-ray vision. They're playing through apartments, and that is a bit of a stiff overextension coming from Menace. Machine Gun playing it out at mid, going to be reinforcing Togu just a little bit, waiting for anyone to overextend from underground that he may find, and he might just find that opportunity from Nako or Exist here in a short moment. But I think after Menace going down, we're not going to see much of that happening. There is one rotation coming in through T-spawn right now. It's Get Right, and he's just... I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to stop those backtrackers, the people who are going to backdoor them, if you will. And Crucial does make an opening frag, but it looks like, yes, it's going to be a rotate off the back of that. So far, Mongolz haven't really bit the bait. 2 versus 3, it's going to be difficult to make happen, but the CZ, if all the shots connect the way they should, then, you know, you could win two duels that way. It's going to be NCL getting one. Perfect lineup, gets a headshot, but is unfortunately unable to get any follow-up damage. It's going to be all on Machine Gun, as we do see his team falling. He's the star player of the roster. This is one of his stronger maps. Spots that headshot was phenomenal. Goes through the fire, gets the second. He's looking for the third, but unfortunately he's shut down by Exist. And this is, you know, it's a win for Tees, but it's one of those wins that is not profitable. You're talking about getting 3250 plus the elimination money altogether. So 5 times 3250 is going to come out to be, I believe that's 16,250 plus the 1,500 they get for eliminations. You're talking about 17,750. With that, they lost 4 guys on the board, which is a little bit more than that. So as you can see, that's the reason why they are kind of stuck on pistols right now. If all 5 of them had been alive at the end, then they would still they would be able to make AK purchases because everyone had armor last round, and it's the same merit this round. But to the counterpoint of Mongolz, however, you know, this still puts Nynjas and Pyjamas in a slightly stronger position just based on the fact that Mongolz, this is their 2nd loss in a row, and with that they only get 1900. Menace taking quite a bit of heat here, I think, yeah, from a overextensive jump, if you will. And of course, Nynjas and Pyjamas are not going to be playing this too recklessly. They're just going, okay, well, they know that some of us are at apartments. Let's just do a long rotate, and that looks like that's going to be the play of the game, really. Excuse me, that's going to be the decision of this game, just unanimous. There's a rotation coming in from the CTs, however, and right now Mongolz are they're almost all in position save for one guy, and that's Togu. He's now coming in at a position. There it is, beautiful headshot coming in from Zokenberg. However, the entry frags are happening 2 for 3. Given the fact that it's an eco round for the CTs, that's really not too bad in the way of trading, but still, it was kind of a bank builder for Nynjas and Pyjamas. Only slightly. 2 players are able to go without making excess buys for their teams, for their teammates rather, and now you see everyone there has just basically full equipment, but it's going to be kind of a, I'd say, a bit of a slight shabby buy coming out from Mongolz. Apartments entry coming from Forest and blind fire through board and kitchen, and that is going to be Nynjas and Pyjamas just backing off for the time being. However, we do see Forrest is still in there with the AWP. Togu, he can hear what's going on at B short. He just doesn't want to jump the gun on this and, you know, walk straight into someone's crosshair. It looks like he's going to be moving forward, venturing forward just a little bit, but Pyth does make an opening frag onto Machine Gun. Star player down and out on this map. I wouldn't say that's necessarily, you know, I mean, it's still on the board, but I mean, Mongolz losing Machine Gun definitely is, as you can see by frags, a heavy blow to them. 3 versus 5 now. And Togu cannot push forward in this position, otherwise he'll be shut down by Crucial. Excuse me, not Crucial, but rather Freiberg. He's now just walking through it. Noko is going to be following up with the AWP. Menace, it's Freiberg shutting down Togu. Menace, last man standing, he's in CT. Potentially going to try and play for some eliminations. Perfect lineup. Unfortunately, he's still not able to make that frag happen. Takes 2 players down to 1 shot, but he just needed that 1 more bullet to fly straight through both of them. And in that kind of situation, I mean, you've got 2 targets lined up. One of them just kind of diverts to a different direction. The question is, which do you aim for then? And it's not entirely clear, really. So Mongolz go back to Eco, and this could be, I'm thinking it's like a quasi-buy right now. This is the 3rd round they've lost in a row. Next one, after this one, they get 2,900 if they lose. If they win, 3,250. More to their advantage for the time being to just, you know, stop the bleeding and get a win. But nothing's guaranteed, and, you know, I mean, I feel like they're kind of struggling for their place in this tournament. Was it a fluke that they managed to qualify for IEM Katowice by taking first prize at IEM Taipei? Possibly, possibly not. These players are definitely looking at the highlight of their career by coming into IEM Katowice. It may be the first time that any one of them of their families have managed to travel to Poland ever since the end of the Mongolian Empire, really. But here we go. That's the entry coming in, and that's going to be Exist getting the opening frag, getting a secondary as well. Freiberg looking for blood as well, just can't quite find it. Switches to the bomb and just immediately notices that he missed an NCL. It's going to be Get Right, however, getting him with a double frag. Machine Gun pulling out the only frag for his team, and Forrest shutting things down. Apologies, I had I think the wrong overlay there. So here we are now with Freiberg working his way into mid, and that's just I wouldn't say a wrap, but it's definitely ouch. That's well, Togo getting the opening frag, opening a play up for his team potentially, and Pyth gonna get the refrag. It's gonna be Machine Gun, however, coming in for the vengeance on his teammate. Will get out of this situation unscathed, so man advantage from Mongolz. Nynjas in Pyjamas. Whoa. So NCL just took some serious heat there. And this is CT. Speaking of heat, he's getting tossed a Molotov. He can't move from his present position, and they know where he is. Get right at puzzle. Tetris, whatever you would call it. But the entry is now being made from A main, and that is going to be Get Right getting the rotation frag onto Zilkenberg. It's now all in Machine Gun and Menace in this 2 versus 3 situation.
Bomb has been planted.
He does manage to shut down one player. It's still 2 versus 2. And this was 1 versus 2. It's now, oh boy, this is almost mission impossible for Machine Gun right now. Get Right, waiting for him to just overstep. He's going to get countered by Shadows, though. He knew immediately where he was, but he turned too quickly. Did manage to get a shave onto Exist, and it still turns out to be, although an expensive win, Ninjas Pyjamas able to make the full buy. Mongolz definitely not feeling too comfortable. I'm not sure what it is right now. Machine Gun definitely on par with the Europeans, definitely able to keep up in the way of trades. And I mean, if we look at this, I feel like in some ways it's kind of neck and neck, but they just, it's not there. It might be communication issues. I'm trying to identify just, you know, what's going on at the moment. Togu is the closest one to bomb site B. He should be able to identify that there's a lot of activity happening in apartments, and it feels like the call to rotate is just not there. We do, however, have NCL going into site. That is going to be Exist dropping down. And he's taken down by Togu, not too terribly bad. And NCL getting a refrag as well. He's going to get 2 to his name before he's finally shut down. And it's all in Zilkenberg, the opera of the team. Unfortunately, I don't think he's had a single chance to make use of an op throughout this entire match. $6,500 now. To Zilkenberg, and his teammates do have quite a bit of money as well, so this could be the round where they shut things down for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Every other round from here on out is going to be a rifle round, almost guaranteed. But I mean, it's going to be they don't have the firepower advantage to speak of. A main's being smoked. Zilkenberg not. I wouldn't say. He's trying to slow down whatever this might be coming at him and his teammates. Togu coming in to reinforce with Machine Gun, or rather perhaps just switch out. Exist will take first blood, and that is 22% of his HP gone from a fragmentation grenade. Pyth looking for an overextension into connector. He's not quite gonna find it just yet, but there it is. Machine Gun making the opening frag with that AWP. Second one to his name. Looking for the third. Unable to get it with the no-scope. And that's going to be Togo coming in with the refrag on Freiburg. All that's left on NIP is Get Right and Forest. And 2 versus 4, as though it may be. Machine Gun out of the picture. Top fragger. We're still going to see them. Oh boy, that weapon switch. Oh, Togo getting over Zealous there and jumping in through the window. Just kind of a directional hop, if you will. It just didn't quite pan out. And that's going to be Menace getting the refrag onto Get Right. Forest now alone. Does manage to take down Menace. Gets Mongolz NCL to his name, and Zokenberg says, all right, well, I'm not going to push into this. 20 seconds remain. Does he plant the bomb? He knows where Zokenberg is. Zoke doesn't have to push. Forrest looks like it's going to be him doing it. Oh, boy. And that... Oh, my God. The 4K coming in from Nynjas in Pyjamas. Absolutely phenomenal. Just, I mean, really, Forrest kind of mopping the floor with these guys. These guys, I mean, Mongolz, they've clearly heard of these names before. They know Get Right. They know Forrest. They know everything on NIP. It was just, I couldn't believe what we had seen there, really. I wouldn't say a misplay by any means, but definitely just something about Mongolz is, it's a little bit off in this game. One in the trade. I's gonna get one to his name. Exist gonna get one as well. Forrest kind of getting denied here left and right, but I mean, that's a very quick round, and Nynjas in Pyjamas just, you know, they get more money in the bank. Mongols usually go to Vietnam for training periodically whenever they want to, and I mean, really, it's I wouldn't say it's a miracle that they have, but definitely better ping to other locations, specifically speaking Hong Kong, in some ways maybe mainland China, if they are servers located in the south end. It looks like Forrest, he's walking straight into the grasp of a CT. He doesn't quite know it yet. Freiburg gets the opening frag for NIP. Throwing the smoke on, throwing that onto the smoke didn't really help, and he gets no scope to the foot, but stays alive and gets that frag. It's still going to be, however, 3 versus 2, and I mean, Zokenberg taken down. It's all an NCL. He does manage to get one to his name. It's 1 versus 1 now, and if it's a win, it's an expensive win. We do have the bomb being retrieved now by Forrest. Now he's cleaned out bomb site B. He has confirmation of where the last CT is, and it looks like now he's going to be making the plant happen. It's all on Forrest yet again.
Bomb has been planted.
The execution from Nynjas in Pyjamas has just been amazing all across the board. I wouldn't say this is a sloppy or a messy round for them, but something just not feeling right altogether on the whole. And I think Forrest knows that his enemy is just only 1 HP. Cool, it's going to be Forrest coming out on top. Just that's where the bullet remains. Freiburg asks HP, he says red, and he says thank you. Really, Nynjas in Pyjamas trying to just hold themselves together, and it's just, I mean, not Nynjas in Pyjamas, but Mongolz just, you know, trying to hold themselves together, and it's feeling like a nightmare in some ways. So, by the merit that that Nynjas in Pyjamas doesn't expect them to have money, they're kind of rushing into this, but already, I mean, we're gonna be seeing a full buy, kind of a ghetto buy coming out from our Mongolian team. I wouldn't say a forced buy, but trying to make something happen out of this. Zokenberg taken down immediately by Exist. Forced out of a company by Molotov. That's going to be Machine Gun getting one. He's looking for the second, but unfortunately shotguns do not penetrate walls, and that's going to be Machine Gun taken down. Menace now. He does hear the drop down. He doesn't see the ladder climb. He sees the foot, and he's going to get the shot off of that. Salvages the AK, and it looks like Nynjas and Pyjamas are, you know, I wouldn't say they're lacking decision making, but like for the moment, they have yet to actually make a decision. Zoku does get that anti-entry frag on to exist, and now it's 2 versus 3. Forrest to AWP, however, he's shown that he can stay alive to the last previously. Get right taken down now, and Forrest taken down. That's the second round on the board to Mongolz. So now what Mongolz have to do is they not only have to kind of they kind of have to keep up the momentum on this round, definitely. Machine gun now with the AWP. Opper rifle hybrid player. Zuckerberg previously was the Opper on the team, the designated Opper, but I think this might have been a change that they made based on I think it's, you know, kind of his tournament performance. He hasn't really been known for being an amazing Opper, Zuckerberg, but at the same time that's not necessarily a bad thing. Freiberg does make the opening frag of the round, and it's going to be machine gun. It's just, you know, Freiberg kind of conveniently leaping into the crosshairs. However, it's been 1 for 1 in the exchange thus far. I mean, rather 2 for 1 just now, and that brings it back to 3 versus 3 HP advantage and a slight firepower advantage to Nynjas and Pyjamas. Menace gonna make sure that Get Right gets out of the bomb site, not in one piece, however. Man advantage has been kind of exploited here at bomb site B, but guess what? It's all in machine gun, and he's got to play against Extrafy. Excuse me, he's got to play Exist. Tries the no scope, misses completely. Now it's all in Zuckerberg. Looking at window, like Exist, he knew where it was coming from. I mean, that was the only logical explanation for the direction. I wouldn't say market as a whole, but just the general direction of where the last T should be. I feel as though, or last CT rather, I feel as though really what we should have seen there coming from our last CT, Zuckerberg, I feel as though he should have been waiting for the bomb to be planted before actually going in there. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and now we're going to be seeing, it looks like Forrest trying to make some kind of an entry frag at bomb site B. You do see machine gun kind of jumping over there to see what's up, and he says, nice shot. It's only a group stage. I think, you know, maybe a part of Mongolz is just happy to be at the event. It's going to be Freiberg and Pyth getting 2 apiece, or 1 apiece rather, and like I feel as though NCL just, you know, he doesn't quite seal it out. Rather, he does seal it out, but I don't know if he's getting that weapon salvage. Zuckerberg does, but unfortunately he's immediately taken down using that weapon as bait. Clever idea by Pyth. And that's gonna be Pyth making, you know, 3 kills by the end of the round. It's just, you know, absolute slaughter for Team Mongolz right now, and they are definitely, I feel, in some ways heavily dependent on the first pistol round in the second half. I believe in miracles if you guys do. I'm sure there are many a Mongolz fan who are watching right now, and let's see this turn around. Gonna be now, looks like Forrest coming back here. I mean, Freiberg, he just, like, that's a double whop. That's a double. I'll take it. I'll take it. Get Right getting a refrag, and Zuckerberg getting 1 to his name, but 1 versus 3. I mean, the weapon, ew, boy. Forrest is just, he's in the market, he's ready to shut this down. Perfect positioning, and good half coming out from both sides. And we're now going to dive into the second half. I mean, if Mongolz aren't really able to take the pistol round on T side, then it's going to be extremely difficult for them to come back from that kind of deficit for 2 reasons. One, the pistol round is not only an economic hammer, it's also a moral hammer. If you lose that pistol round, you're probably not going to feel too happy about the next round. Mongolz now coming in to what looks like it's going to be a predominantly T side. We're going to see a slight duel here between Freiburg and that the wielder of the Glock application. Zokenberg trying to make that entry frag happen. Machine Gun, however, going to get the opening frag of the game, and that's going to definitely open up applications. Get the headshot onto Freiburg, I think, and that's going to take some damage, but it's not going to take him out of the game. However, the refrags are coming in. It's 2 versus 3. Heavy HP advantage to the T's, and they got the bomb planted. So, I mean, even if they lose this round, the round after the next one, they will be able to make an AK-47 purchase. Just depends on how they want to take the next one. 2 versus 2. It's going to be Zuckerberg making the refrag, and now it's all on Exist, and his location is found, so, you know, Mongolz able to take this pistol round and make it theirs. They only have 3 rounds of wiggle room. 2 AK-47 purchases going to come out immediately, and looks like there's going to be a third. Utilities are missing. We do see Nynjas in Pyjamas, however, going for pistol purchases along with armor. CZ with only armor, no helmet onto Get Right. Wouldn't say, you know, not a total glass cannon, but he's still, well, I mean, if you're facing up against AK-47s, it's kind of irrelevant anyway. But machine gun and NCL with rifles, but that's Exist trying to make the duel happen, and looks like Mongols are able to make this round go their way. For the most part, Forrest gonna take down Togu at mid, and that's going to be the bomb retrieved and potentially a plant coming in from NCL. But the real question is, where's the execution going to take place? Machine Gun wins that duel against Get Right, and it's like 1 for 4. Economy builder, if you will, but I mean, really, the MP7 was not used too effectively. As far as I can tell, the MP7 didn't make a single frag on Mongolz, which, I mean, it's not an absolutely terrible position to be in, considering you win, you make a little bit of money, and on the whole, your team, you know, they're not doing too bad, but NCL says, don't buy for me, we're going to win this round, and I'm going to stay alive. Nynjas in Pyjamas now in a much, much worse position than they were previously, at least in the last round. They haven't made any pistol purchases, as far as I can tell, aside from a single P250, but it looks like Machine Gun's definitely taking some heat here. Looking like he wants to win that duel versus Knife, but I mean, I'm sorry, versus Freiburg, but is instead taken down. Chase is coming in here, and now it's all on Freiburg. He's in Sniper's Nest, gonna hop down, go through Connector, and he's only got a P2000 on his person. He's gonna immediately... Was that a smoke plug, I wonder? Oh boy. 49 HP, he's being fired at, and NCL's just feeling bold enough to go through there and win out that duel. It looks like he's going to be trying to salvage some kind of weapon, but just couldn't make it in time. So he's forced to purchase this round. Meanwhile, Nynjas in Pyjamas are going to make their first rifle purchase. There is a slightly unexpected factor coming into this in the form of Zokenberg with the AWP. I would not necessarily expect the T side to have an AWP this early on, but they do anyway. No attempt for a, I guess you could say, a joust coming in with that AWP, but the smokes are going to go down, and this is going to look like a pseudo entry for A. Or is it? They are going through Connector. That's going to be Exist getting one, but the bomb is dropped immediately by Connector, and that's going to be, I think that's Freiburg getting one frag. Freiburg, last man standing. He's with the AWP right now. Down to 7 HP, looking for that close range shot, but unfortunately Nynjas in Pyjamas on their first rifle round are able to come out on top. Definitely not a good position for Mongolz right now, but they're still able to make 5 full AK purchases along with some utilities. Kind of an anti-flash coming in here on Togo, and that kind of ruins, I wouldn't say ruins the entry, but definitely slows down the momentum. Exist able to get a double kill before he's shut down. It's going to be Force coming in now from CT spawn with the AWP. Togu Just blind firing through that. He's gonna find the AWP Curator, and he's now going to duel against that. Unfortunately, he's unable to win that duel. Drops the bomb on top of Forrest. And now it's all on Zokenberg. 1 versus 2. Can he make it happen? Fortunately, I'm sorry, 1 versus 3. Get Right shuts him down and says, no, this is our round. And Nynjas in Pyjamas are now at 15 points to the 5 of Mongolz. This is unfortunate for our team that has traveled so far. They're going 2-0 right now. I mean, they're facing down the barrel of 2-0 right now in the round robin stage. And it looks like Forrest, I mean, kind of shutting things down with the shot through smoke. Machine Gun and Menace, NCL and Togo are all that remain. I'm not entirely sure what this will lead to for the future of Mongolz if they were to, you know, kind of drop in last place. But potentially, you know, maybe a different kind of roster. NCL gets shut down. That's going to be 2 versus 3. Menace coming out now, and he's shut down by Forrest. I mean, the triple kill is there on the NIP team. GG called out from both sides. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our, I guess you could say, our 2 round robin matches thus far for Mongolz. We really wish them to do better in the future, and for the time being, we're just gonna chillax and wait for the next match to come underway. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.